This year's Tirreno-Adriatico is so star-studded that we've had great difficulty in whittling it down to just 10 riders to watch, but we've done our best, so here goes. We've got to start with the Italian champion Vincenzo Nibali. He's already won this race on 2 occasions, and in 2016 he's very much got a point to prove. After all, last year's Tour de France was particularly disappointing for him, and then he got disqualified from the Vuelta a España for hanging on to a team car. There's no doubt, however, that he's worked particularly hard over the winter months. He's already taken a stage win and the overall at the Tour of Oman, and he'd definitely like to add another trident to his collection as he builds up to his big aim, the Giro D'Italia. One of Nibali's key rivals at Tirreno will undoubtedly be Mr. Consistency himself, the Spanish veteran Alejandro Valverde. Now he too is targeting the Giro D'Italia this year, for the first time in his career in fact, and the way in which he won the stage and the overall at the Vuelta a Andalucía back in February sent out a clear and strong message to his rivals. He's still got it. It was TJ Van Garderen of BMC who was pushed into second place back at that Vuelta a Andalucía by Valverde. He'd won the individual time trial and gone into the race lead, but simply couldn't match the power of the Spaniard on the final climb of the final stage. And in fact, he'll be going a little bit into the unknown here at Tirreno-Adriatico. He's never done the race before, preferring normally instead to compete at Paris-Nice. Colombian rider Rigoberto Uran is yet another rider who's targeting a win at the Giro d'Italia this May with his new team, Cannondale. Third overall at Tirreno last year was the best result out of his 4 participations, and to be fair, doing any better than that this year could prove particularly difficult given the quality of the start list. There are also an abundance of sprinters at Tirreno this year, with the headline name being Mark Cavendish. This year he is balancing his road racing with Team Dimension data with track racing for Team GB as he builds up towards the Tour de France and the Olympic Games in Rio. However, an overall win plus a stage win at Tour of Qatar shows that he's still got some very good road form, and it's going to be particularly interesting to see how he fares against some of the up-and-coming sprinters here. And the first of those young guns is Caleb Ewan of ORICA-GREENEDGE. Now he started this season by winning most of the races that he was on the start line of, including 2 fine stage wins at the Tour Down Under back in January. And Tirreno-Adriatico is going to be a particularly important test for the 21-year-old as he builds up to a possible participation at the Giro d'Italia in May. The other young sprinter to watch is Colombia's Fernando Gaviria, who's riding for ETIXX-QUICKSTEP. He was briefly a teammate of Cav's in the latter part of 2015. Now he started 2016 in exactly the same way that he started last year, with a stage win at the Tour de San Luis. However, this year he was forced to withdraw from the race through injury sustained in a crash on one of the stages. He did bounce back particularly quickly though. He recently took a stage win and gifted another stage to his teammate at the rather catchy named Tour Cyclist International La Provence. There's no doubt though that Tirreno will be his biggest test yet. And so it's on to classic specialists and time trial specialists, or at least one man who seems to be able to do almost everything. World champion Peter Sagan. Now he's already got 2 second places to his name as we record this in the 2016 season, and that's a theme he'll be looking to finish as soon as he possibly can. There's a few stages which suit him here at Tirreno-Adriatico, and if he doesn't take at least one, the old curse of the rainbow jersey comments will start to come in abundance. Next up then, it's Fabian Cancellara of TREK-SEGAFREDO, who has in fact won this race overall in the past, something that he won't be able to replicate this year with the particularly mountainous parcours. Now Cancellara has used Tirreno as his key classics build-up for many years, and 2016 is no different. And he does look to be somewhere near his best form. He took a road stage win in Mallorca in January, and then in February he took a time trial win at the Vuelta al Algarve in Portugal. The man that Cancellara beat there in the Algarve time trial was Tony Martin, and it's he that will be looking to turn the tables on the Swissman on the final day's time trial here at the Tirreno-Adriatico. Now Martin too is concentrating on the cobbled classics this year, having of course won the cobbled stage of the Tour de France in 2015, so he too will be using this race as key preparation. So those are your 10 names to watch. So good are they that we've had to leave out the likes of Esteban Chavez, Taylor Phinney, Michał Kwiatkowski, Dan Martin and Joaquin Rodriguez, to name but a few. So what that does mean is that this race is definitely one to watch. Now, if you'd like some more content here from GCN, we've got some great stuff for you. Just up there, you can see our look at Fabian Cancellara's Trek that we saw back at the Dubai Tour in February. Meanwhile, at the same race, down there, we did an interview with Mark Cavendish himself. So click there to get through to that. you might also want to subscribe to the channel. It's free and it's the button that's sandwiched in the middle.